Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm going to be coloring this question number 27 of the Baptist Catechism, and this is one that I actually skipped on accident. I just missed it, and so I'm going to be finishing that up tonight. Say hi in the comments or in the chat. There should be a chat box next to the video on YouTube. If you can see that, say hi. Let me know how you found this, whether it was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm gonna get started. And I've got some Christmas music going on in the background. Not sure if you can hear it though. So this is question number 27. How does Christ execute the office of a prophet? Now, the idea behind this one for the drawing, well, here, let me give you the answer. Christ executes, let's change that, executes the office of prophet in revealing to us by his word and spirit the will of God for our salvation. So I think of a prophet as one who was heralding the good news, or giving people the words that God told them to give to the people. And so you kind of see that we've got the scroll here signifying the word of God, and then the megaphone here signifying the mouthpiece, or the servant of God, going out and calling the people to repentance, calling them to turn to God. And so that's the idea for this one. So I want this to be like a scrolly color. I don't know, were they that color when they were first written on, or did that happen over time as they were preserved? And we have parchment paper today that has that wash on it that makes it look old. But did they actually look old? I don't know. It's not terribly important to know, I just wonder. I need to add this on here. So I'm just going through and I'm changing the colors, making them how I want them to be. And I think that's gonna work like that. And this one, okay, I don't think I want that to be this color. I want it to be white. And I'll make that inside thing red, or like a pinkish red, along with this. It can be that color too. Same with the button. So I'm going to give this kind of a bluish shadow to it. Need to turn the opacity down and There we go. Oh, and if you haven't seen or heard yet, I was interviewed on a podcast called Reclamation Worship, and you can check that out. Just look up Reclamation Worship podcast on like Instagram. I'm not sure what the actual website is. If someone has that, could you put that in the chat comments? I was interviewed about work and worship, and I had a really good discussion with Jason Allen about that. He's the host of the podcast, and it was a fun conversation. Then we talked about the Pilgrim's Progress children's book that my wife and I wrote and illustrated, and is out right now through Hesed and Emmett H&E Publishers, and you can check that out at hesedandemmett.com. I'm also working with the Reformed Sage. Well, not working. Well, yeah. We designed an ugly Christmas sweater last year, and we did it again this year, and that is actually available. That's actually available right now at reformedsage.com. So, if you're just joining, I'm working through question 27 of the Baptist Catechism, also known as Keach's Catechism. And you can actually find it if you have one of these, the London Baptist Confession of Faith of 1689, from Chapel Library. It actually has this actually has the catechism in the back, and you can go through it and look at it for yourself. Just go to chapellibrary.org, and they have that there for free. You can get the print version or the PDF version. Does anyone use the Baptist Catechism? Anybody who's watching? And hey, Brian. I was just asking if anyone uses the Baptist Catechism. Anybody who's watching. Do you use it? I know it's normally done for like kids, but I found it helpful to go through catechisms to help me better understand different things, especially coming from a place in my Christian journey, should we say, where I didn't know what a catechism was, and I didn't really know much about the doctrines of the faith. So they've been helpful for me. Oh, you preach it at homeless ministry. That's cool. So how would you preach through it for someone. Team Koslick. Team Taco Slick. Oh, Taco Slick. Okay. It says they use the Heidelberg, the Westminster Larger Catechism. Is that what that abbreviation is? And the OPC Children's Catechism. Cool. We use the Westminster. I don't know if it's the larger or the shorter catechism at our church. I go to a evangelical free church whose confession is more of a Reformed confession, but they're still associated with the EFCA. And we use the Westminster, even though we're not Paedo Baptist. We still use it, and it's been very helpful for us. So they'll have a little children's sermon up front and go through the current whatever question they're on in the catechism with the kids. So that's been pretty fun. Oh, okay. You ask them a question and wait for a response. Give them the answer. And then you have giveaways. That's cool. And then use the verses that are available. And tie it into the gospel. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, Team Taco Slick, you're also EFCA. Very cool. Are you... so I'm assuming you're a OPC church then? OPC leading church, at least? If you're EFCA, you'd be part of the denomination, but you would be probably in your church confession, you'd be OPC. Is that right? No, very broad church. Okay. Oh, I guess I was assuming you used those in your church, but you probably were meaning that you use those at home, right? Or maybe I'm just assuming a lot of things. Sorry. Excuse me. Leadership is probably more John MacArthur-ish leaning. Okay. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'd say our leadership is a little more Piper-esque, shall we say. And I still have yet to really even listen to anything from Piper very much. I haven't really heard anything from him personally. but our leadership is, well, our pastor came from somewhere over in Minnesota and influenced by that, which is good. Good stuff. Oh, just for personal use. Okay. I like the Heidelberg. I like the wording of some of the questions and answers in that one. Just from an aesthetics or storytelling position, I like the Heidelberg. It feels like it's more poetic. How do I do shading and shadows? What do you mean? Like, what about the shading and shadows? Are you wondering? The first thing I do is I have to figure out a direction that the light would be coming in from. And so like for here, let me just get something here. I'm just kind of making up the light direction coming from here. And so I just kind of look at this as a 3D object and think of how, if the light's hitting it from maybe it's more like from here. There we go. From here. If the light's hitting this 3D object from here, then this is going to be the brighter spot right here, and it's going to gradually go down into shadow. But then I like to add this reflective light right here. To me it helps, it almost makes it glow a little bit, but it gives it more of a 3D quality to it. And that's just I don't know if it's artistic preference or what, but and then I just think of where the shadows are gonna fall. Like, I should probably have more shadow on this handle right here if the light's coming this way, and more light right here. But it's also gonna make this shadow come down here, because this part of the thing is covering it here. So yeah, it's a lot of, I don't know if it's calculations in my head or what, but but that's what I do. I don't know if that helps. Yeah, the Heidelberg really hits home gratitude. Yes, definitely. Is there a good book to get a preteen who wants to learn how to draw cartoons? Yes. I would recommend, let's see here. All right, let's take a break here. I would recommend, let me get a book for you just a second. We'll do this one and this one and stick with these two. So I have this book called, this is more of a, I don't know if it's more philosophical, more kind of heady. It's called Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art by Scott McCloud. He has another book called something. not sure what his other book is called off the top of my head. Making Comics, maybe? But this one, it goes through just the art of telling a story through pictures. They're reading the Pilgrim's Progress. Awesome. Do they like it? So this one goes through, it kind of goes through like the history of pictorial storytelling or visual storytelling, and it kind of goes through the history of that, and then talks about like why we simplify figures, because the less it goes into like things like that, and just the whole art of understanding how to structure a story, what the lines are for the panel borders, like how to go through timing and stuff. And then another one, The Imagineering Workout by the Disney Imagineers. This is a really good one. It's exercises to shape your creative muscles. And it goes through different things. This, again, it's kind of more storytelling, but I think that's kind of the big key to doing cartoons, is telling a story through pictures. And that's kind of the goal when you're drawing cartoons, is you want to convey something. You don't want to just have a character standing there. But that's more for story and stuff. Both of those are. But as far as like drawing, I don't know if you're looking for books on like how to draw or just anything. But those would be very helpful. These are some books that I wish I would have read when I was in my middle school years. As far as learning how to draw, I think how to draw, for me personally, what helped me the most when I was elementary school through middle school was just finding art that I liked and then just trying to copy it to see how they drew it and just kind of get into the head of the artist that was drawing. That's what really helped me. So some of my favorite things that helped me understand how to draw at a young age. Of course, I went to college and learned a lot better how to draw from a professor, from an instructor, which you can find courses online of how to draw. You could probably YouTube it even. But something that helped me was the art of books, like the art of Frozen or the art of How to Train Your Dragon, things like that. So I like to get those from the library, I'd look through those, and just try and copy some of the drawings that I really liked, because in there they have like a lot of the preliminary sketches that are not like all finished. They're kind of sloppy sketches, and that helped me get an idea of how to draw like the movement of characters and stuff like that. That was very helpful for me. I don't think I have any how to draw books right now, but and I'm not sure what's out there, but for me, just drawing things that I loved, pictures that I thought were really cool. Trying to copy those and see if I could do that was really helpful for me. I don't know, does that help? Or does that make you even more confused? Oops. Come on. Some of the things that I used to draw were Looney Tunes. Growing up, I loved Chuck Jones's versions of the Looney Tunes and stuff. Yeah, no problem. And so I would look for anything, like Taz was my favorite character, so I would look for anything with Taz on it that I could possibly draw, and that was my go-to for drawing, was anything that I could find with Taz on it that I could copy and see how they drew him. So,
the How to Draw books done by
which one?
books. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, is that one?
Done by the math.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are more. I don't know.
Those are kiddish, but I really like the practicing as well in the beginning.
Kid.
I mean, kid. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Otherwise.
Is that your music?
Yeah.
I can't hear it on that.
Oh, you can't.
Well, I mean, kind of. Like, but maybe I tune it out.
All right, we have a few things. I didn't realize I had these in here. So, if you're still there, I'm gonna switch the camera over again. We have these things that we bought for our kids because they love Disney stuff. So we have Disney Moana, Learn to Draw Moana, Maui, and other favorite characters step by step. I don't know, this might be a little young, but I'm not sure. But it gives you like the different stages of the structure of a drawing, which can be helpful. It gives you the center line also, and it talks about what that is. Or no, maybe it doesn't. Oh, it gives you a proportion guide down there, and it goes through step by step how to draw that. So it talks about how to draw like the eye shape and the lips. So something like that could be helpful. I mean, you can get some really good information from anything like this, even if it's geared towards ages 6. Well, it says ages 6+. So I think anything is going to help you, give you like a good understanding of, especially these books. These Learn to Draw from Disney ones. I think these are actually really good now that I'm looking at them again. Because yeah, they give you the center line. They give you like all the different shapes that the characters break down into. So they're called Learn to Draw Disney. Walter Foster Jr. So that might be Walter Foster Jr. That might be there might be a regular Walter Foster brand that has some other how to draw books too. I'm not sure, but you could check those out. Yeah, and I don't know, something that I've learned, I've been continuing to learn even now, is that drawing from life is very important. to draw people around you that are in motion currently, and just practice observing the people around you will help give you more stuff to file away in your brain for when you go to draw something. You'll be able to pluck that file and remember how a certain piece of clothing moves or something like that, you know. So there's a lot of observation involved in drawing as well. Oh, Brian says check out Mark Crilly on YouTube, how to draw. I've not heard of that guy. Maybe I can look for like some good how to draw videos and kind of curate a playlist that I can point people to, because I get that questions like that a lot, so I think that might be helpful to kind of curate a playlist on the channel here, and next time someone asks, I can point them to that list. Even a list of books. I think I could probably do that. I could add that list to my my illustration website. Just add a page on there with a list of books that might be helpful for learning to draw. Can you hear that music? If you have Christmas music stuck in your head, you can blame RefToons. Oh, I didn't see your question there. Team Taco Slick, are you going to release Keach as a booklet? Yes. I was talking to H&E, who published the Pilgrim's Progress, and they said they'd be happy to publish Keach's Catechism as well. So yes, that will be made available as soon as all the drawings are done. I'm working on 27 right now, but I'm on number 32, I think. 27, I don't know, I just missed it or something. Accidentally skipped over it. So, I'm doing that right now. That's too purpley. This will be a little more gray and a little darker. Yes, you can hear the music. All right. Well, I think I'll add a little bit of a background to this one, and then I can call it done. Then I might hop over and do number, let's see, what do I have here? 32, I can work on that sketch. I've got 34. That one's a little further along, possibly. But I'll finish this one up. Then I might jump over to one of those. Oops. So if I push the B button too many times, it switches between all the different types of brush that I can use here, which is kind of annoying sometimes. So maybe one feature about this program I don't like. Because there's times where I'll forget that I'm on the paintbrush. I'll think I'm on a different tool. I'll push the B button and then I'll start drawing and it's a completely different brush. I just don't know what color. Maybe like a golden yellow color. Maybe not that color. Oh, I think I can fix that. Do not like that. It's too mustardy. Honey mustard. So we'll do a purple. Purpley color, but like a faded purple. Yeah, I like that. Now, there we go. So I can save that one. Then I will hop over. Question 34. I also have that other RefToon that I've been working on, but I need to get some of these catechisms finished up, so I'll do that. Hold on 1 second here. I'm going to pull up my catechism. I thought there were some other ones that I had too. ready. Oh, maybe. Okay. Just gotta do one thing here. There we go. File from upload and that and that. All right. So, question number 34. What is effectual calling? Effectual calling is the work of God's Spirit, whereby convincing us of our sin and misery, enlightening our minds in the knowledge of Christ, and renewing our wills, he persuades and enables us to embrace Jesus Christ freely offered to us in the gospel. So I have the idea here, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with this one or not. I originally had this right here, where it's like a mouse clicking on the guy here, click. Like he was chosen. But I don't know if that works very well. Probably not. So I'm working on this one where he's being freed, chains are falling off, convincing us, enlightening our minds in the knowledge of Christ, right up here. You like the mouse click? You like that better? Okay. I don't know. I feel like I just want to say more with it, though, instead of just the mouse click. Oh, what if I could do that, but what if all of these ones are like black, and then this one white with his arms up, but these ones are all still like shackled or something? I don't know. Or yeah, these could just be all, they could be all like people, but they could be drab colored or something. Or maybe I could keep them simple like that. I don't know. Working through my ideas here. That could be, like, these could be all, I can give them personalities. Not personalities, but like just, here. Let me just do an example of what I mean. What if I did, like, like they're in sin and misery, and they're just so depressed, so hopeless without Christ, going through this life. Okay. And then they could be, oops. You think the one with the click would look good with his arms up? It would separate him well. Yeah. So I could kind of keep them simple like this still, but also just make them kind of a drab color. And then this guy could be like super bright colors, and that would separate them well as well. So then we'll have this person, and maybe I'll switch it up, make it a girl. Hands maybe wide open. If her hands were fisted, like if they were still like this, it would feel more like she was. Yeah, Brian, I thought that too, so I'm gonna skip that. I think that would have too much of a connotation. I was gonna keep them as like just icons, but signifying lightness and darkness, not races or whatever, not ethnicity or whatever. I was not meaning that at all. I meant the black would represent dead in sin, and the white would represent like a clean heart or cleanness. But I think in our day and age that would be too much of a confusion, and so I'm stepping away from that idea. So as I was saying, the hands open signify more of a freedom. I think if the hands were closed, just thinking about this as I was drawing it, if the hands were closed, it would seem more like it was her victory and not Christ's victory. Almost like a, yes, I am victorious, instead of, yes, I am free. It also kind of shows that she's holding on to nothing, and he's got his fists closed. So that is how we think through these drawings. Everything is opposite. Her smile is opposite of his frown. Her eyes are opposite of his eyes. Even the eyebrows. Hers will be going up like that. His will be going up like that. So everything. His back is hunched. Hers is straight. So, and then all these people will be in the same posture. I might give them each person different shapes and sizes and stuff. Gray malaise. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. Let's work on some more of these guys. We'll do So they'll all be wearing the same color. They'll be in the same colors, just to kind of unify them. And then to make her different, she'll be in we'll give her a green shirt, signifying growth and newness of life. Oh, sorry about that. That came out of nowhere. Blue pants. Just like the dad versus nature mom. Okay. This is a sad drawing for me. Okay, you got 3 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to go. Once I get all these laid in, I can go start over and go through them with the inks or the black line art. This guy can be like that. Looks like a zombie. Is that green? I don't know. Excuse me. Man, I have a scratch in my throat that will not come out? Was the silhouette not good enough? I don't know. I think it's more interesting when there's people. There's faces. Plus, Steph, you need some more stuff to color, right? Like the willow tree thing we were talking about. Not seeing faces makes it more relatable. Yeah. Maybe. Let me try something here. Let me try a... Whoops. A general shape of a person. Zombies, The Living Dead. Yeah, I'll still leave the mouse click on there. So maybe if I'm leaving the mouse click on there, it might make more sense to have these more blank. Let me see how this works. What? Have you ever thought of illustrating passages from the Old Testament? The vision of the dry bones of Ezekiel, for instance, could make one of those cool calendar things for those passages. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Alright. Think what I'm going to do here to make it a little more. So I have this mouse click, and I was going to add faces and stuff and characters, but I was forgetting about this mouse click. And this mouse click I think is really good for this section, and so I want to keep that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these as, like, you know, the bathroom symbols of the male, female. I'm gonna do those, but I'll do some male and I'll do some female here. Just to make it more relatable, because this is actually a lesson from Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics. The less features you have on a face, the more oh, sorry, I had the sound off because I was talking with Stephanie for a little bit. So the idea is that the less detail you have on facial features, the more relatable it is to more people. And so I think with these ones, the less features I have on these, to make them more like symbols, will be more relatable to more people. And I think that's going to work better for this one. So I'm going to create male, and then that way I can actually just go a little quicker with these too. And then I'll do a female one here. No, I have not. Well, I have thought about illustrating some Old Testament passages. I have done a couple. Like I have one where there's a goat, the scapegoat, going out into the wilderness, and then he's casting the shadow of a cross. So we'll do this. I believe this is how it goes. So there. Now you can take those, do this, spread them out more. I think actually oops, I can, in this program I can line them up so that they're exactly the same width apart. Then group them, copy, and bring them down here, and then the next one, I think, yep, will let me set them the same distance. Oops. And that one. Well, that one. There we go. Okay. Now this one, we're going to change. And he's going to have his arms up. Hooray! Mm-hmm. There, I keep muting the mic for my coughing fits. Man, that's terrible. Alright, now I can do... Well, now I can bring that opacity down. See, sometimes I think through these a little too much. Oh, I'll do one at a time, and then I can just copy and paste that one. And then I'll actually change their colors to what I want them to be. I can still use the drab colors and then the bright color. Whoops. Eraser. There we go. So, actually, his arms are a little thick there. Change that slightly. And same with this one. There we go. Oh, a little bump on his head here. He fell. He was on the caution wet floor sign and someone knocked him over. There we go. Now, copy and paste. Do this. And boop. Well, actually I might be able to keep that, just take the broad shoulders off. So there we go. And no, this is not a politically correct broadcast. I am not making the male and female the same, equal. Because they are built differently. Any artist can tell you that. Just by observation. Structure, bone structure, muscle structure, everything is different. Posture. There we go. So now I can, whoops. What in the world? No. There. Now we can take these. Whoops. Stop. It's making me select all the wrong things. Wait, group those. Actually, I might do this. Transform, flip horizontal, so that it's more exaggerated here. And then again, transform, flip horizontal, and then again, and transform, flip horizontal. Oh, that works out good. There we go. This. Okay. That's too far out. Okay, so have to clump all of these together here. Then group those, rasterize, and I'm gonna take this guy out. All those ones are gonna be like that color. And this one, what's a bright color we can make him? Maybe yellow? Or should we do green? Let's try a couple different things here. Nope, I got the wrong thing here. Yellow, green. I like green. Signifies go, maybe. Growth. Green means grow. And now Badger red. Badger red. Are you from Wisconsin? And do I know who this is? Nebraska. Well, I'm from Wisconsin, and so when you said Badger red, thought maybe you were too. There you go. I don't know. I think the green. I'm gonna do symmetry, mirror, and I'm gonna create the mouse. Bleed Husker red. Okay. So that. So go in here. Go click on him right where his heart is. And then we don't need symmetry anymore. And we can go boop, boop, boop. There we go. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. So that one's ready for color there. And I'm gonna call it a night, I think. So we did this one, and I'll wait to finish coloring that. And then this one we finished up. So I can post this one tomorrow since I missed it already. And let's see. Alright, just want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully hopefully some of that art talk was helpful for you, to get your kids started in drawing. Let's see. Check out RefToons on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the bell icon to get get notified when I go live next, or when I post a new video. Excuse me. And go to reformedsage.com. Right now we've got our ugly Christmas sweaters going on right now through December 17th, so that'll be the last day you can order those. And then also, of course, The Pilgrim's Progress, A Poetic Journey, available through Hesed and Emmett Publishing, hesedandemmett.com, HESED and EMET.com. I think I have it all in the info of this video, so check out those links, and I will see you next